My name is Jay, and I'm a full stack developer intern at LCBO Next in Waterloo. Hey guys, I'm in the lobby of my building. Um, it's 8:45 in the morning, and I'm about to go to work. Usually I get a ride like I am today, but if I can't do that, I take the streetcar, which is also about 10 minutes. One benefit to actually working in Waterloo in the summer is that housing is really cheap, and the place you work is usually really close to campus, so you can just live near campus with all of your friends or people you might know who have school.
So I live about 10 minutes from work, and I actually get a ride from Irina every day, which is one of the perks of living in Waterloo. There's, always friends that are working in Uptown or in Kitchener that can give you rides and you can hang out with all the time. This is me walking towards the Tannery building. So this is where I work, and there's a lot of companies there like D2L, Communitech, and Velocity too. So the building used to be an old Google office, so it looks really nice. This is me walking in right through the front entrance. That's the Communitech sign. So Communitech is like a group of corporate innovation labs like TD Labs, LCBO Next, and we get a nice space to work inside this building. This is me on the second floor actually, and you can see kind of how the CAF looks. There's a games room in the back and a balcony too. And yeah, there's a slide next to the stairs too, which I thought was pretty cool to share.
Okay, so I just came to work and I thought I'd show you guys like the kitchen area. So this is the kitchen. This is the calf that we have here. We usually just eat inside the lab, but I know a lot of other co-ops like to come here. We have like a pantry thing there where you can buy like different snacks and drinks. And also this like courtyard outside. So when it's like sunny, this is a pretty nice place to work too. And yeah, and now I'm in the library, which is a really small room that looks like this. So if you ever want to take a nap or do some work, have some peace and quiet, you can come here. There's a sign written in Comic Sans, but it's okay because whoever made it likes it. There's also a really big cow, guys.
So this is kind of what the lab looks like. I'm just like slowly walking down some stairs. As you can see, it's a pretty comfortable place. We have like beanbag chairs, couches. There's some bottles in the background, but those are just for decoration. They're actually just empty. There's a TV that we use for meetings, and all those computers are kind of where we work. This is Sharon. She's the UX designer co-op. So overall, we actually hire a UX designer, product manager, and 2 full stack co-ops per term. Going into what I actually do at the lab is I'm a developer, so I actually write the code that goes into building all of our applications. I think on average we ship about 2 or 3 production apps per term, plus 2 or 3 large, proofs of concepts or works in progress that will go into building other apps or be worked on by future co-ops. For the most part, my schedule follows like a normal, kind of 9 to 5 day. For the most part, I'm writing code, but we regularly have stand-ups or meetings, plus we go out for lunch. Sometimes we take breaks and we play card games or we play Smash or something on the TV. Other labs sometimes also have socials where they show off their work, so we get opportunities to see what other labs are doing as well.
So one cool thing I wanted to share about the lab is that we've transitioned 100% into progressive web apps. So everything we make is a PWA. So these are essentially web applications that you build that have the functionality of being able to be saved on someone's phone, just like a mobile app, and on someone's computer, just as a desktop app would. How you do it is that you build your web app using your favorite frameworks such as React or Angular, and you add something called a service worker to it, which handles all the caching and the interactions that you need. So now the benefit of this is that if you want a mobile app for your web application and you want a desktop app, for example, for something like Slack, now you don't need to write the code 3 times and maintain 3 different code bases So you can cover each of your platforms. You can just make the one web version and make it PWA friendly so people can save it on their phones or their computers, just like this example. So I went to pwa.rocks, which has a bunch of cool examples. I downloaded this one, which I think helps you learn Japanese or something. So it opens up in a window, I can interact with it, and here the added benefit is that this would work offline, and whenever the website version of this app I downloaded updates, it'll actually also update the downloaded version on all devices where people have downloaded it.
I kind of wanted to do like a podcast sort of thing for this like Q&A part, so I got Amy here to help me with it.
So yeah, this is my friend Amy. She's in 3A planning, and she's gonna ask me some questions, and I'm gonna answer them.
So like, what kind of stuff do you work on? Like, tell me about some of your projects.
I'll start with like a cool one.
Okay.
Probably like my favorite one from the term. We built like a recommender system or like a recommendations engine. So the problem we wanted to solve was like our search was kind of bad because like it's like a text search, whereas like Google or something like Amazon might know your preferences, or even like YouTube might know your preferences more. So yeah, we thought like all these big companies can recommend you products, like why can't we? So that's kind of what we built. It's like an API, or it's like a microservice, and it stores reviews in Elasticsearch, and it does some very like basic machine learning to calculate like how similar you are to other users based off your reviews, and then it allows like us to figure out what the top like n favorite items to recommend might be for a certain user.
I guess like how do you like working at Waterloo?
I think the biggest benefits are like not really related to work. It's like I worked in downtown Toronto for my first co-op, and my commute there was like 90 minutes door to door.
Oh my god.
So every day like 3 hours down the drain, Yeah, here it's like Communitech is 10 minutes away from campus. So that's driving or taking the Ion, and the Ion is like the new like streetcar that opened up, which makes like traveling very convenient. And if you don't do one of those two things, you can bus too, and it's still like 10 minutes. So yeah, I just like save a ton of time in Waterloo. Like if I want to go to the gym, I can go on campus. If I want to go to drop-ins, if I want to go out for food, there's a ton of places in Uptown, 10 minutes away. That's a good part. And there's also like always people to like hang out or like do stuff with, play ball with, go to the gym with. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So what's the biggest thing that you learned, or maybe like got out of this experience?
So going back to like we only hire like first or second years, the biggest thing is like you become really solid at like just developing. Like if I was maybe uncomfortable with like deployment or anything like aside from the actual coding, like just the amount of like lines of code that you write and the amount of like work that you do that comes up naturally from like your own ideas or like things that corporate maybe wants you to do, you get the opportunity to do that, and you just like become, it's like whatever weaknesses you have the time to just like find them and like improve them. You know what I mean? So I think you just like become really solid. The second thing is like you have a lot of freedom as long as like you're not wasting time and it's worth doing. If you're gonna invest like a day to do something that has like a benefit, you just do it. If you think you have an idea that's gonna take 4 people 3 weeks to do, then you talk to everyone. You say like, I have this idea, maybe I should like do this, and then like everyone iterates from there. And then the third thing is like I think you develop a lot of like engineering skills aside from like coding skills. So it's things like when you write some code or build something, you should always think like, is this safe? Is this efficient? Like, is this the fastest way? Will this make sense to like the next developer that comes around? Or also things like, will this scale is a big one. Or will this create debt because like no one's gonna look at it, or like it builds up too much work for you? There's always gonna be like someone who challenges that and be like, isn't that like too much work? So I don't know, you just like learn to like answer those questions or like think about all that stuff while you're building apps. So I think that's all the questions we had. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks Amy for helping me out with this.
No problem.
And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cool. Have a nice day, guys.